Because despite all my wishes to deliver a smooth speech and walk back to my seat with ease, the nerves might get to me, and I could very well start crying and trip over my shoelace on the way back to the team. The future is unpredictable, and that's scary. So let's start double knotting our laces and forget about the future for a moment, because, quite frankly, it's not our top priority. The present is our priority, because we live here, not there. We live in the now. So let's talk about it. The now. What is it? Well, I don't know. I only know two things about it right now. Here's the first, and I think I speak on behalf of all the graduates when I say this. If it were not for the continuous support of the Board of Education, the faculty and staff itself, and the love and encouragement from my friends and family, I would not be standing here before you today. None of us would. It takes an entire village to raise a child, and the village of Glenview has not only raised me, but all of us for 18 outstanding years. For that, we the graduates would like to thank you. Now, the second thing I know about the now was told to me by my good pal, Winston Churchill. I was talking to him, and I said, "Winston, I just don't get it. If I only live in the now, how do I know whether I'll fail or succeed in the future?" And this is what he told me. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Huh. Never thought about it, right? But I guess it makes sense. This year, my successes has included becoming student body president, prom king, and the recipient of the Norman P. Watson Leadership Award. But as much as I appreciate these honors, I gotta be real with myself. I just will be a new president, and new king, and an even better leader to take my place. My successes are not final, and they do not define me. At the same time, neither do my failures. Throughout high school, I've definitely had my low points. I've gotten A's, and not so A's, and everything in between. I've missed my goals and let down others. I've lost my temper with the people I love the most. I was rejected from every college I applied to except for one. So what? Do those things define the person that I am? I still stand before you today, unashamed, because my failures are not fatal. I have learned to learn from my mistakes and move past them. You see, I don't want to be remembered because of my successes or my failures. I want to be known as the kid that kept going, the kid that never gloated in glory, but never gave up when the going got tough. Life is more than our ups and downs. Life is about the journey, not the destination. So yeah, congrats, graduates. But keep in mind, this is just a pit stop. There's so much more to come. If you feel like you're flying across the stage today, get your feet back on the ground and keep walking. And if you didn't take my advice about the laces and trip on them, then get up and keep walking. Because today's about the walk across the stage, not the diploma. The now is about the courage to continue, and so is the future. There might be good times, there might be bad times. But graduates, always remember the wise words of Winston. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue at times. Thank you, and congratulations. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who made it possible for all of the class of 2014 to be on the stage today. The friends and family that supported us throughout the years, the faculty and staff who have devoted so much of their time to helping us, the administration and Board of Education who have dedicated their efforts to turn Glenbrook South into the best possible school. As a senior class president and member of the debate team, I'm normally prepared, but this speech is going to be about spontaneity and planning ahead. On face, these two ideas are opposites. Spontaneity on one hand is something that comes out of nowhere. It's unrehearsed, unplanned, and unplanning everything that we've projected onto the timeline of our lives. Thinking ahead is structured and structuring, making us feel comfortable with what's wrong. Are we destined to do either one or the other? When I was 5, I knew what I was going to do when I grew up. I was going to be a taxi driver. Driving was the most adult thing I could think of, so my parents always kept the doors locked and the keys hidden. But as I entered 4th grade, I longed for the good old days of being a kid again. No responsibilities, no making my bed, no shoelaces. Side note, if we gauge maturity by a made bed, my mom will tell you that I won't have to grow up. To try to find my inner kid, I wanted to be a cartoonist. I just wanted to make people laugh, so I had to write comics. This was quite the life crisis. What would I do with the toy taxi cars I had collected? I had planned all of my life to be a taxi driver. How could I shatter my fantastically foreseeable future with the idea of being a cartoonist? Fast forward to freshman year at TBS. I'm going to be a doctor. I know it. A neurosurgeon. Why a neurosurgeon? Well, I like brains and stuff. I even had a timeline. Graduate high school in 2014. Graduate college in 2018. Major in biology. Graduate medical school in 2022, specializing in neurology. Then I would fix brains. But then, as I marched into my physics classroom and greedily absorbed projectile motion and torque and free body diagrams, and old schooling washed over me. I was torn over who I wanted to be. Then I began to look forward to physics every day to learn more about everything around us. When people would ask me what I wanted to be, I would never. I really wanted to be a doctor. I couldn't embrace what I wanted to do and talk about and learn because it felt like I had signed a contract that I would be doctor soon. But 185 days, 16 hours, and 24 minutes ago, I decided I wanted to major in biomedical engineering. Why it was that precise moment that I demolished my timeline, I have no idea. What I'm going to do after I finish school, not really sure yet. But I've yet to remake my timeline because there is no need for one. Taxi driver, cartoonist, neurosurgeon, they advertise security but merely brought glory. Constraining ourselves with the futures we guarantee only stifles us, prevents us from experiencing the things we love. We are all fundamentally spontaneous people because we are always changing our lives, our values, and ourselves. And it's okay. This isn't a call to step outside, quit your job because your favorite thing in the world is to sleep. Rather, it's a call to soak everything in and not close yourself to anything that might make you a happier person. It's never too late to change. Whether you're 5, 10, 20, 40, or a taxi driver, cartoonist, or neurosurgeon, never settle just because it's possible. Sometimes you simply have to rip up your pen. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2014. It is tradition that the senior class provides a gift to the school. Dr. Ledger. I would like to present this check on behalf of the class of 2014 for the purchase of garden benches for the student activities courtyard. May they be used for future Titans to converse with their friends, talk, and connect. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Class of 2014, thoughtful gift. We'll beautify our courtyard and serve Titans in the future. Jeffrey, Chris, thank you for your reflections. More importantly, thank you for your leadership. Very well. Let's begin with a round of applause to the class of 2014. We're here to celebrate. Exceptional group of students. And please join me in expressing our sincerest gratitude to the Rosemont Public Safety Department, the Rosemont Theater, under the leadership of Executive Director Mr. Patrick Nagel, and Director of Building Operations, Mr. Ed Balo, and of course, Village of Rosemont Mayor Bradley Stevens for providing us this beautiful facility to hold our graduation. It is now my honor to introduce Glenbrook South's 2014 Distinguished Alumnus, Miss Michelle Adler Morrison, from the class of 1984. Michelle Adler Morrison is the Chief Executive Officer for Youth Guidance, a Chicago-based social service agency that creates and implements programs to enable at-risk children to overcome obstacles, focus on their education, and succeed in school and life. As CEO, Ms. Morrison strives to strengthen Youth Guidance's legacy of providing innovative, school-based social services support in the city's most under-resourced communities. She is a passionate champion of the agency's mission to combat youth violence and help youth develop the social emotional skills necessary to transition successfully into post-secondary education and the workforce. She has provided leadership to the expansion for Youth Guidance's Becoming a Man, or BAM, program, and has helped launch the Working on Womanhood program. Youth Guidance's work has been increasingly recognized nationally as an evidence-based model for improving outcomes for at-risk youth. Its BAM program has garnered support from Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel and has been named as an inspiration for President Barack Obama's recently launched My Brother's Keeper initiative, a collaborative, multidisciplinary approach to build ladders of opportunity and unlock the full potential of boys and young men of today. Ms. Morrison received her bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana and her master's degree in social work from the University of Illinois at Chicago. She is a licensed clinical social worker and also a graduate of the Harvard Business School's Strategic Partnership in Nonprofit Management program. In addition to her responsibilities with Youth Guidance, Ms. Morrison serves on several boards, including the Federation for Community Schools and the Chicago Alliance for Collaborative Effort. She participates in local and national policy discussions related to improving outcomes for at-risk youth. She lives in Oak Park, Illinois with her 3 children and her best friend and husband, Kurt Morrison, whom she met at Glenbrook South High School. Please join me in welcoming the 2014 Distinguished Alumnus, Michelle Adler Morrison.
Thank you, Dr. Wegley. I am so deeply honored to be speaking with you today. After 30 years, I had the chance to go back to Glenbrook South and see the school with new, well, much older eyes. It seems so much grander, like that state-of-the-art sports facility, and you all seem way more mature than we were. Yet one thing stands out as completely the same as when I went there. And as my mother-in-law, Judy Morrison, who substitute teachers at both North and South, confirms, South still is better than North. In all seriousness, today really is an important milestone. However, it's probably not a surprise to anyone that you've made it this far. You've worked so hard, you haven't shied away from challenges, and you've made sacrifices. But probably, like it was for the majority of my graduating class, it wasn't so much a matter of if we were going to college, it was more of a matter of which college. We were incredibly well prepared, well supported, thoughtfully challenged. We were far from perfect, but we were far more prepared than we could possibly understand. But this really isn't the case everywhere. For the youth I work with in Youth Guidance, boys and girls living in poverty in inner city Chicago, going to underperforming schools, dealing with the stresses brought on by community violence, getting to this point that you're at today, graduating from high school, so well prepared for college, is more like climbing a mountain than a hill. The statistics are grim overall for the Chicago Public Schools graduating classes, but almost half of all black males in the city of Chicago don't even graduate from high school. We developed this program, Becoming a Man, BAM, that has demonstrated incredible impact on improving graduation rates and reducing violent crime. In the face of one of the city's most pressing social challenges, youth violence, the BAM program has been a cause for hope and has attracted the attention of local and national leaders. It's called Becoming a Man, not Be a Man, and that's a really important distinction to note. The focus is on helping young men develop the values and skills needed to become successful. Values like integrity and accountability, positive anger expression, goal setting, and respect for women. So many of the young men that we work with don't have physical access or emotional access to their own fathers. The President of the United States actually participated in one of our BAM circles at Hyde Park Academy. He engaged so personally and genuinely, sharing how, like the boys in the group, his father wasn't in his life, and how at times he was so angry and lost, experimenting with drugs, and at times not focusing on school enough. When he was sharing his personal journey, one of our students in the group actually said,